Following the success of the Galaxy A50, Samsung has now rolled out a slightly updated version of the device. The new Galaxy A50s packs in a couple of key improvements over the last generation, including an impressive 48 megapixel primary camera, a better 32 megapixel selfie shooter, and the new Exynos 9811 chip from Samsung. The phone runs Samsung's One UI based on Android 9 Pie out of the box, which brings some cool software features into the mix. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today in this video. But before we begin, there's something that I'd like to point out. Other than the changes that I mentioned earlier, both the older A50 and the new A50s are pretty much exactly the same. So if you want to check out even more tips and tricks for your new phone, you should watch our video on the A50 by following the link in the description below. And now that we have got that out of the way, let's jump right into it. This is Abhijit from GT, and let's see what the A50s has up its sleeves. To kick things off, let's first talk about a couple of things you need to know to make the most out of the new 48 megapixel camera module. So I'm sure you'd already know that even though the device packs in a 48 megapixel sensor, captures photos in 12 megapixel resolution by default. But there's a simple setting you can change if you want to store 48 megapixel photos instead. To do so, just open the camera app, tap on the aspect ratio button at the top and select the 3:4:h option. That's it. You can now take high-resolution 48 megapixel shots with your phone. Simple, right? Now, another thing that you'll notice while using the stock camera app on the device is that it doesn't offer a manual toggle for the HDR mode, which means that the camera automatically detects when a particular frame would benefit from HDR and turns it on to help you capture a good shot. But if you don't want to depend on the AI to do the job for you, and you'd much rather do it yourself, you'll need to dive deep into the camera settings to unearth the toggle. To do so, go to Settings and scroll down to the Useful Features section and tap on the toggle next to the HDR Rich Tone setting. There's just one small issue though. If you use the 48 megapixel camera mode I mentioned earlier, you will notice that this toggle is grayed out. So if you want to access the manual HDR toggle, you'll need to stick with a different aspect ratio while capturing photos. Enough about the camera though, now let's move on to the home screen. So while there are minimal hardware differences between the A50 and the A50s, things are a bit different on the software front. And as such, the A50s comes with a couple of really handy features baked into the OS, including Samsung's handy edge panels that you will find on more premium devices from the company. But the best part about these are that they are completely customizable. To customize the edge panels on your device, swipe inwards from within the activation zone and then tap on the edit buttons on each panel to personalize them as per your needs. You can add your most frequently used apps to the app's edge, add your favorite contacts to People Edge, get access to weather data, or use any of the handy quick tools. And that's great, right? Side key customization is another feature that has trickled down from premium devices like the Note 10 to the new A50s. With this, Samsung now lets you personalize the power button on your phone for a variety of different functions while moving the power menu into the notifications shade. To change the functionality for the side key, bring down the notification shade, tap on the new power button next to the settings cog, and then tap on the side key settings button in the power menu. In the following screen, you will be able to change the double tap and press and hold actions for the side key. You can either use the actions to quick launch the camera app, bring up Bixby, open up any specific app, or use it just as a power button. Handy, isn't it? Now, if you experience any stuttering or delays while using your new phone, it's probably because of One UI's sluggish animations. And while most Android phones require you to jump into the developer settings to adjust the animation speeds, the A50s gives you access to a simple toggle for the same. So if you want the animations on your device to look buttery smooth, you can open up the advanced features section in the settings menu and tap on the toggle next to the reduce animations option. And with just that, your phone should start feeling a whole lot smoother than before. Moving on, let's talk about duplicate apps. Have you ever wanted to use more than one account for apps like WhatsApp or Facebook? Well, then Samsung has included a handy little feature in One UI just for you. With this feature, you'll be able to create two instances of the same app which will allow you to use 2 different accounts simultaneously. To turn it on, head into the device settings, tap on the advanced features and then select the dual messenger option from the following menu. Then tap on the toggle next to the app you want to duplicate and the phone will automatically install a clone app for the same. You can then enter your account details and use it just like any other app. Pretty cool, right? Rounding things off is a really neat feature Samsung has included to improve the always-on display functionality. The feature called Face Widgets can be found within the lock screen settings on the device and it will allow you to add useful widgets to it. You just need to turn on the toggle for whichever widget you wish to add and it will instantly appear on both the lock screen and the always-on display. Check this out. I just need to tap on the music setting and a music player will automatically pop up on the lock screen whenever I'm listening to music. Isn't that convenient? Well, that wraps it up for this video. Make sure to subscribe to Guiding Tech for more amazing tips and tricks for your devices. And don't forget to share your favorite One UI tricks in the comments section below. This is Abhijit signing off for this one and I'll see you guys in the next video.